Introduction. Let's start with a story from a friend in the car business that perfectly illustrates the current market. Last week, a buddy of mine, a guy who runs a used car lot outside Dallas, called me up frustrated. He said he had three luxury 4x4s sitting in the back corner of his lot, and he could not move them. Nobody even test drove them. I asked what they were, and he listed them off. I almost dropped my phone. I said, "You are telling me those three trucks are just sitting there?" He said he had had the Infinity for 4 months. He had dropped the price twice. People walk right past it and go look at a Tahoe with a check engine light. That conversation is why I am making this video. Because right now, as you are watching this, there are three luxury 4x4s that were engineered to survive the apocalypse. Trucks that share DNA with the most legendary off-road platforms ever built. And they are collecting dust on dealer lots all over the country. Not because anything is wrong with them, but because the average buyer has no idea what is hiding under the badge. After 22 years of working on these things, I have watched people throw money at Land Cruisers and G-Wagons while these three sit there like buried treasure nobody bothered to dig up. Number one is the one I have personally recommended to more people than any other luxury 4x4 on the market. Not one of them has called me with a major issue, not one. Today, I am breaking down my three most overlooked luxury 4x4s, the ones that deliver Land Cruiser durability at a fraction of the cost. I am going deepest on number one because once you understand what it actually is underneath, you will never look at the used 4x4 market the same way. Let's get into it. Top 1 Infiniti QX80 first up is a massive luxury SUV that hides a legendary off-road soul beneath its premium exterior. Number 3, the Infiniti QX80. This full-size luxury 4x4 weighs nearly 3 tons, seats up to 8 people, produces 400 horsepower, and has one of the lowest repair costs in its entire segment. Dealers are practically begging people to take them off the lot. Luxury with common sense. Here's the thing almost nobody knows. The Infiniti QX80 is not really an Infiniti. It wears the badge. It has leather, wood trim, and a premium sound system. But underneath all that, the QX80 is a Nissan Patrol. Patrol pedigree matters. The Nissan Patrol is one of the most proven off-road platforms on the planet. In the Middle East, Africa, and Australia, the Patrol is the truck people trust with their lives in genuinely hostile environments. Deserts, mountain trails, flood crossings, aid organizations use it when there are no paved roads for hundreds of miles. That engineering sits underneath the QX80. Proven hardware. I had a customer 2 years ago, a man in his 50s, who was dead set on buying a used Cadillac Escalade. He found a 2018 Escalade with 74,000 miles for $39,000. I asked him to humor me and look at one more truck first. I showed him a 2017 Infiniti QX80 with 62,000 miles listed at $27,500. Same size, same presence, the same V8 power, and the same luxury features. $12,000 less with fewer miles. He looked at me like I was setting him up. He bought the QX80, that was 26 months ago. Total repair costs since purchase, $0. Oil changes and tires, that is it. Savings that last. The heart of the QX80 is the 5.6L VK56VD V8. This is a direct injection, naturally aspirated V8 producing 400 horsepower and 413 pound-feet of torque. No turbochargers to fail, and no hybrid battery packs to worry about. It is paired with a 7-speed automatic that Nissan refined over nearly a decade. The 2015 through 2022 models are the sweet spot. By that point, Nissan had sorted out the early timing chain issues that affected some 2011 to 2013 QX56 models. From 2015 onward, the drivetrain is remarkably solid. Reliable engineering. RepairPal ranks the QX80 number 1 out of 19 luxury full-size SUVs for reliability. Number 1, average annual repair cost is $718 compared to $1,127 for the luxury full-size SUV segment average. That is $400 less per year to own than its competitors. The probability of a major repair is just 8% compared to 19% for other luxury full-size SUVs. So, why is it so cheap? 2 reasons. First, the Infiniti badge does not carry the prestige of a Cadillac or a Lincoln in the American market. Second, fuel economy. You are getting about 15 miles per gallon around town if you are lucky. For many buyers, that is a deal breaker. But if you are shopping for a full-size luxury 4x4, you already accepted poor fuel economy the moment you started looking. Fuel economy trade-offs. Current used prices are almost embarrassing. A 2018 QX80 with 70,000 miles is priced between $24,000 and $30,000. A comparable Escalade runs $38,000 to $45,000. A Navigator runs $32,000 to $40,000. That is a $10,000 to $15,000 gap for a truck that is statistically more reliable than both. When you go to look at one, here is what to check. Listen for any rattling or whining from the timing chain on startup. If it is a 2015 or newer model and the oil was changed regularly, this should not be an issue, but always check. Test the hydraulic body motion control system if the vehicle has it. This is the system that reduces body roll in corners. Push down on each corner of the truck. If one side bounces more than the other, the hydraulic system needs attention. Budget about $100 or $200 for that repair. Check the battery voltage. The QX80 has a known battery management quirk where the system does not fully charge the battery on short trips. These are the basics. The Infiniti QX80 quietly delivers Land Cruiser-grade engineering for a fraction of the price if you know what to look for. This leads to dead batteries and people thinking the electrical system is failing. It is not. There is a simple fix involving a signal wire on the negative terminal, and any informed mechanic can sort it in 10 minutes. Fourth, look at the brake rotors. These are heavy trucks and they eat front brakes. If the rotors are warped, negotiate that into the price. A full brake job on a QX80 costs about $650 all around. Bottom line on the QX80, you are getting Nissan Patrol Bones wrapped in legitimate luxury for Hyundai Palisade money. The only reason this truck is abandoned on dealer lots is because people would rather overpay for a badge. But if you think the QX80 is a hidden gem, wait until you hear about this next one. This is the full-size 4x4 that Toyota seemingly forgot to tell anyone about. Top 2 Toyota Sequoia, second generation, moving on to a Toyota that offers incredible value because it is often overshadowed by its more famous siblings. Number 2, Toyota Sequoia, second generation. Let me ask you something. When someone says Toyota 4x4, what do you think of? The 4Runner, the Land Cruiser, maybe the Tacoma. Nobody says the Sequoia, and that is exactly why a platinum trim Sequoia with leather heated and ventilated seats, air suspension, and a JBL premium sound system is selling for less than a base model 4Runner right now. Let that sink in. The second generation Sequoia ran from 2008 to 2022 with virtually no major mechanical changes. 14 years of production, that is not laziness. That is Toyota perfecting a platform and leaving it alone because it works. And the engine under the hood from 2013 onward, the 5.7L 3UR FE V8. This is the same engine family that went into the Tundra and the Lexus LX 570. It produces 381 horsepower and 401 pound-feet of torque. No turbochargers, no superchargers, no hybrid complexity. It is a naturally aspirated timing chain, driven V8 that Toyota built to haul, tow, and survive. I have personally seen these engines pass 300,000 miles with nothing but scheduled maintenance. I had a woman come in about a year ago. She needed a big family vehicle, 3 kids, 2 dogs, and she tows a small camper twice a year. She was looking at a used Chevy Tahoe 2019 with 78,000 miles for $33,000. I said, hold on. I found her a 2018 Sequoia Platinum 4.4 with 72,000 miles for $29,500. More luxury, more power, Toyota reliability, and $3,500 less. She called me 3 weeks later and said it was the most comfortable thing she had ever driven on a highway. 9 months in, not a single issue. Kelley Blue Book owners give the second generation Sequoia all 4.8 out of 5 reliability rating. That is nearly perfect, and the depreciation is insane. A 2017 Sequoia SR5 started at nearly $50,000 new. Today, you can pick one up with reasonable miles for $21,000 to $26,000. That is over 50% depreciation on one of the most durable full-size 4x4 platforms Toyota has ever built. Compare that to a 2017 4Runner, which started around $35,000 new and still sells for $28,000 to $33,000 used. The Sequoia gives you more space, more power, more comfort, and more capability for thousands less. It makes absolutely no sense until you realize the market prices these on popularity, not engineering. The transmission is a proven 6-speed automatic that Toyota used across its truck lineup. It is not flashy, it is not a 10-speed, but it is a torque converter unit with a reputation for going the distance without intervention. The body-on-frame construction means this thing was built to tow up to 400 pounds and handle real off-road conditions with its part-time four-wheel drive system, two-speed transfer case, and low-range gearing. When shopping for a second-generation Sequoia, here is what I tell every customer. First, get the 5.7L V8. From 2013 onward, every Sequoia came with its standard. Before that, some SR5 models had a smaller 4.6L V8. The 5.7 is the one you want. It is the proven workhorse. Second, check the air suspension on Platinum models. The rear airbags can develop leaks after 150,000 miles. Listen for the compressor running constantly. If it is, the airbags are leaking. This is about a $900 fix, or you can convert to traditional springs for around $600. Third, look at the undercarriage for rust, especially if the truck came from the Northeast. The Sequoia's frame is robust, but road salt is nobody's friend. If you find a southern or western state truck, you are golden. Fourth, test the infotainment. The 7-inch touchscreen in these is dated, and some high-mileage examples develop lag or unresponsive spots. It is not a mechanical issue, but budget $300 to $400 for a replacement head unit if it is bad. Who should buy this? Anyone who needs a true full-size 4x4 with Toyota reliability and does not want to spend Land Cruiser money. Highway commuters who want vault-like quiet at 80 miles per hour. Families who need a real third row that adults can actually sit in. And anyone smart enough to realize that a truck being unpopular does not mean it is unreliable. Who should skip it? If fuel economy matters to you at all, look elsewhere. You are getting 13 in the city and 17 on the highway. That is the price of a naturally aspirated V8 in a 3-ton truck. And if you want the latest technology, screens, and driver assistance, the Sequoia's interior is going to feel dated compared to newer competitors. It was designed in 2008, and it looks like it. Here is the mechanic math on the Sequoia. Buy a 2018 Platinum 4x4 for $28,000. Drive it for 200,000 miles. Spend maybe $4,000 on maintenance total over that stretch. You will not find a more durable full-size luxury 4x4 at this price point, period. And if you want to know which trucks can actually handle off-road punishment while still being comfortable on the highway, hit subscribe. More videos are coming. All right, that was number 2. Now, number 1. Top 3 Lexus GX 460. Finally, we reach the absolute best-kept secret in the entire used 4x4 market. A vehicle that is essentially a legend in disguise. This is the luxury 4x4 that I consider the single best-kept secret in the used market. It is built on one of Toyota's most legendary platforms. It has a bulletproof V8 that regularly sees 300,000 miles, and it is selling for a fraction of what its platform twin costs. Almost everyone pushes back when I first recommend it. Then, they drive one, and they get it. Number 1, Lexus GX 460. Let me tell you exactly what the Lexus GX 460 is, because once you understand this, everything changes. The GX 460 is a Toyota Land Cruiser Prado in a tuxedo. Same body-on-frame platform, same full-time four-wheel drive system with a torsion center locking differential, same low-range transfer case, same go-anywhere engineering, but with Lexus leather, Lexus sound deadening, Lexus build quality, and a V8 that Toyota designed to run forever. Prado is the foundation here. The engine is the 4.6L 1UR-FE V8, producing 301 horsepower and 329 pound-feet of torque. It is naturally aspirated. No turbochargers, no direct injection headaches. It uses a timing chain designed to last the life of the engine, and it is paired with a 6-speed automatic transmission that has proven itself over more than a decade of use. This engine family is related to the 5.7L V8 in the Tundra, the Sequoia, and the Lexus LX 570. Toyota knows how to build a V8 that does not quit, and this is their masterpiece in the midsize luxury space. The typical lifespan of a GX 460 is 250,000 to 300,000 miles with proper maintenance. Some owners have reported hitting 400,000 miles. A buddy of mine has a 2012 with 328,000 miles on it. He drives it every single day. Original engine, original transmission. The thing is an absolute tank. Now here is where it gets ridiculous. A 2017 Lexus GX 460 with 80,000 miles runs about $28,000 to $34,000. A 2017 Toyota 4Runner Limited with similar miles runs $32,000 to $38,000. The Lexus, which has a more powerful engine, a more refined interior, actual luxury appointments, and the exact same off-road DNA, costs less than the Toyota. Read that again. The Lexus is cheaper than the Toyota. The only explanation is that people shopping for rugged 4x4s skip right past the Lexus badge because they associate it with highway cruisers, not trail rigs. And people shopping for luxury skip the GX because it looks like it belongs in the outback instead of a country club parking lot. So it falls between two markets and gets ignored by both. That is your opportunity. I had a customer about 18 months ago, retired engineer, very analytical guy. He came in wanting a used Land Cruiser. Budget was $40,000. I showed him the prices. Used 200 series Land Cruisers with 80,000 miles were running $55,000 to $65,000. Way out of range. I said, what if I told you there is a vehicle with the same Toyota engineering philosophy, a real 4x4 system with low range, a V8 engine from the same family, and Lexus Luxury, and I can get you into one for $30,000. He looked skeptical. I showed him a 2018 GX 460 with 65,000 miles for $31,200. He inspected every inch of it, drove it on the highway, took it on a fire road, came back grinning. He bought it that week. Last I heard from him, he is at 112,000 miles with zero mechanical issues. His words were, "This is the truck Toyota does not want you to know, competes with the Land Cruiser." RepairPal gives the GX 460 a reliability rating that places it among the top 5 luxury midsize SUVs. Average annual repair cost is $770 compared to $800 for the luxury midsize SUV segment average, and $650 for all vehicles. The probability of a major repair is only 9%. And here's the critical detail. When the GX does need work, everything is Toyota parts underneath. You are not paying for exotic German components. A water pump is $500 to $700. A full brake job is around $400. These are Toyota truck prices with a Lexus badge. The full-time four-wheel drive system on the GX 460 features a Torsen limited slip center differential that splits torque between the front and rear axles. It also has a 2-speed transfer case with a proper low range. This is not some electronic all-wheel drive system designed for light rain. This is a legitimate off-road setup that can handle trails, rocks, sand, and cement, and snow. Combined with available crawl control and a locking center differential, the GX 460 is more capable off-road than many vehicles people spend twice as much on. When shopping for a GX 460, here is my checklist. First, check for any signs of paint peeling, particularly on 2010 to 2015 models. Some had minor paint adhesion issues, not structural, but annoying. Second, inspect the suspension. Look at the front lower control arm bushings. On high mileage examples, these can wear and cause a clunking noise over bumps. Replacement is about $600 to $800. Third, check the oil consumption. While the 1URFE is generally excellent, some higher mileage examples can consume 1 kilo every 3,000 to 5,000 miles. If the oil level is low at a test drive, ask about consumption habits. Fourth, find one owned by someone who garaged it and followed the maintenance schedule. The GX 460 attracts meticulous owners. A well-maintained example from the suburbs is essentially buying a new truck at used prices. Who should buy the GX 460? Anyone who wants Land Cruiser engineering at a real-world price. Off-road enthusiasts who also need a comfortable daily driver. Families who want something that will last 15 years without a major repair bill, and anyone who is tired of the markup on forerunners and wants something objectively better for less money. Who should avoid it? If you need a third row for adults, look at the Sequoia or the LX 570. The GX has a third row, but it is tight. If fuel economy is a priority, the GX gets about 15 miles per gallon in the city and 19 miles per gallon on the highway. Better than the Sequoia, but still not great. And if you want the latest infotainment and driver assistance technology, the older GX models feel dated inside. The 2010 to 2019 models especially will feel behind the times compared to a new crossover. Here is my final take on the GX 460. If someone held a gun to my head and said, pick one used luxury 4x4, one vehicle to drive for the next decade through anything life throws at you, and you want the lowest total cost of ownership combined with genuine off-road ability and Toyota reliability, I would buy a Lexus GX 460, and I would not look back. It is the most undervalued vehicle in the used luxury 404 market by a mile. Conclusion. To wrap things up, let's summarize why these three trucks are the ultimate smart buys for anyone looking for durability. So there it is. Three luxury 4x4s the market abandoned, but mechanics never did. The Infiniti QX80, a Nissan Patrol in disguise, with a robust 5.6L V8 and low repair costs. The Toyota Sequoia, a 5.7L V8 powered family fortress that depreciates like nobody remembers it exists. And the Lexus GX 460, a Land Cruiser Prado wearing a Lexus badge selling for less than a 4Runner because the market still has not figured it out. You now know three luxury 4x4s that will outlast trucks costing twice as much. Next time a salesman tries to steer you toward a German lease return or an overpriced Tahoe, you will know better. 22 years of watching trucks come and go, and these are the ones that earned my respect. Like if this helped. Subscribe for more straight talk on cars. I will keep giving you the truth that dealerships would rather you did not hear. Drive safe. Take care of your truck, and it will take care of you. Take it or leave it. I will see you in the next one. Call to action. If you found this information valuable, here is how you can stay informed and help the channel grow. If this breakdown changed how you look at the used 4x4 market, please subscribe and like the video. We are uncovering the automotive secrets that dealerships try to keep hidden. Invest in a vehicle that lasts. Our next deep dive into the world's most reliable machines is coming soon.